who've gotten amazing results from doing ayahuasca for these dependencies, but in my personal experience and from what I've witnessed working in 3 clinics is that Ibogaine is the most powerful medicine for a drug dependency, and even for PTSD as well for some people. And I went through the mainstream system in the US myself as an opioid dependent person, going through all of the standard treatments, and none of those come anywhere close to the way that Ibogaine works on a dependency. I had been through 3 rehabs, gone to county jail, overdosed, been homeless, gone through 7 years of all of the typical things that happen to somebody in the US when they have an opioid dependency. And when I did Ibogaine, I was done. It was like I stepped into a new life, and I knew in that moment that I wanted to work with this. This is the future for opioid treatment. And so while it's not magic and it takes a lot of other tools and a lot of hard work to make it work, to make Ibogaine work even after your treatment, I still think that it's the best treatment for opioid dependency. And so if for anybody that's working on issues related to drug dependencies and substance abuse issues, Ibogaine, I think, it would be a crime to not invest in researching and supporting Ibogaine. I did it once and it worked. That doesn't happen for everybody, but that just because that doesn't happen with everyone doesn't mean that it didn't work. A lot of people will do Ibogaine, they do relapse, but their drug use is greatly reduced, and that's success to me. Like, success isn't always complete abstinence. Success can be whatever the definition is for that person. And so if somebody reduces their use or changes some of their destructive behaviors afterwards, that's success. And sometimes people will need to do it a couple times, and then they do leave it behind for good. It's really different for each person. I think that the reason that for me, the one time worked is just because I was super ready to be done with that phase of my life. I was really exhausted by it. And I didn't go home to where I had been living. I went to a whole new place and started like a whole new life essentially, which not everybody's gonna be able to do because for financial reasons, for family reasons and other things. And so there's a lot of things that need to be in place for it to really work after one treatment. Just so happens that those things were in place for me. But just because somebody isn't totally, away from drugs afterwards doesn't mean that it didn't work. I think everybody I've worked with, even if they go back out and start using the same, have done some deep, important work on themselves that they carry with them. And some people will say 6 years later, they see how important their Ibogaine treatment was, even though they did go back to shooting heroin. Like, it still caused a big shift internally for them. And that's the thing, is Ibogaine goes super, super deep, deeper than you want. It's really painful and arduous and can be super exhausting, but it does a deeper kind of work that I haven't felt with ayahuasca, I haven't felt with mushrooms. There's the other psychedelics, for me personally, don't come anywhere close in terms of